The moment you choose to make the impossible possible, understand that resistance is a price that you must pay for change. But why is it that resistance will keep you paralyzed to the point where you end up judging yourself as someone who's either lazy, you're not ready, you're just not capable of doing the very thing that you need to do to make it happen? You see, I found myself in this point of my life many times over and over again, especially when it came to building a business or a relationship. I would easily judge myself as incapable and that someone who's just not worthy of the very thing that I desire, someone who's simply not lucky enough. These are the stories that we tell ourselves, but there's something really going on deeper beneath the surface. In today's episode, I'm going to be breaking that down. We're going to be talking about shadow work and self-sabotage and how it plays hand in hand for you to truly step into the steps that you wish to take in your life. But before we begin, I will remind you to do one thing with me, guys. Take a deep breath in with me and a deep breath out. So when it came to building my own business or relationships or taking the steps that I need to take to step out of my comfort zone and build my confidence, I realized something, guys. It's like there was always some resistance there. That resistance ended up manifesting as this thought patterns that there's something wrong with me, that I'm not capable or worthy of showing up. Like this, I'm just lazy. I can't even get out of bed in the morning. The days that I plan to do stuff, I'm not even able to do it. I end up sitting here on my phone and just scrolling through Instagram and not doing it. Now, what's really going on here? You see, in that moment, you can easily think to yourself, I'm not disciplined enough. There's something wrong with me. I'm just not lucky. I'm just not motivated. I'm just not as hungry. Like, you start judging yourself in ways that creates harm. But if anything, what I've come to discover, not just now, but it's something that I've constantly battled with again and again. Every time you're expanding your level of comfort zone, you will notice this happen again and again, where you will literally sabotage the thing that you want. Understand, like, for example, let's use money and relationships. We'll start with money. When it comes to making more money, a lot of you guys want financial freedom. But if you come from poverty, or if you come from a family where they struggled with money, or there was a lot of arguments and pain associated with the word money, understand that most likely your own subconscious mind has built a defense mechanism against money, because money equals pain. Money equals pain. Understand, even relationships. If you saw broken relationships in your household, you most likely equate the equation of relationship equals pain. Me being in a relationship equals pain. Now, consciously, you're going to be like, yeah, but I still want to make money, man. I still want to get into a relationship. You know how many people I know that want that, but yet they don't have any of it? Or they struggle to hold on to it? Or they're just not, they feel like they're not worthy, or they're unlovable. The things we tell ourselves, man, I swear to you guys, like, we really need to change this. We need to understand self-sabotage for what it is. Okay? So I've got notes here, so I'm going to be reading them as I go. You have to get that part of you on board. Okay, so the notes are quite advanced. We're going to break it into it. So the self that is sabotaging is essentially keeping you safe from the very thing you desire, because it associates that as a threat. Now, you might not be consciously saying, I want that. Of course I want that, man. I want to be in a relationship. I want financial freedom in my life. But you have to understand the subconscious mind works in a way where it protects you from pain, essentially. So the very thing that you desire, your own subconscious mind believes that to be pain. So it is basically doing whatever it can to keep you away from it. And then you tell yourself all these stories that you're not good enough, smart enough, ready, lucky, or, whatever, right? Like, you build these stories to justify the resistance, but the resistance deeper down is simply your own subconscious mind struggles to show up for that. Let me quickly break something down. So, you know, when everyone says, the first thing you're going to say is you're lazy and you know what to do, but you're not doing it. Ask yourself the question, I hope you all brush your teeth in the morning. You should be. But do you brush your teeth on a day-to-day basis, right? You're consistent when it comes to checking your phone, right? Right? So being lazy, you mean you're just not able to do it. The idea of being lazy is when you just don't want to move. And that's okay. You know, we all have those days where we're lazy. But lazy isn't the real reason for why you're not doing it. Understand that deep down, your own subconscious mind is hardwired to see the goal as a threat. That's why it's like anytime you actively try to force yourself to even go towards it, you can't do it. Like, let me give you some crazy understanding of this. If you have a deep fear of being alone, and now you live with your family, financial freedom might mean that you get your own place and you move out. Your own subconscious mind will associate the fact that you moving out, meaning being alone, is a threat. Therefore, as long as you don't make any money, you won't be able to move out and you won't be alone. You will stay with your family. Something simple as that could be running the show behind the scene and causing that resistance to come up and manifest itself in all sorts of behaviors and patterns and addictions that you find yourself just simply avoiding the steps that you need to take to get to financial freedom. So the fear of, say, someone harming you or breaking your trust can be affecting you when it comes to even building trust with someone in a relationship. Therefore, you end up, no matter where you go, you just can't seem to get into a relationship because you don't trust people. Deep down, you associate people as untrustworthy. You can't trust people. You might not say, you might say you want to change that, but yet you find resistance show up whenever it comes to you even thinking about relationships, talking about relationships. It causes you to feel uncomfortable. I know you're probably wondering, Minaz, how do I fix this, man? I understand, I want to fix this, but look, we're going to get there, okay? We're going to get there. So let's quickly talk about shadow work. I'm going to be making another video down the week, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, please take a screenshot if this is helping you, okay? So let's continue. The self that is sabotaging is simply trying to keep you safe from the very thing it assumes is a threat. Therefore, if that's financial freedom, it's because your subconscious mind associates that as a threat. I mean, money as a threat. Oh, wow, I got that confused. So if it's financial freedom, your subconscious mind is seeing as a threat. I got it right. So for you to change the relationship and make your subconscious mind get on board with it, how do you do that? You see, there's one way that most people try to do is they actively go after financial freedom. The problem is you can acquire all the money in the world and yet still feel broke. That's what's going to happen. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm just telling you in the same thing with the relationships. You can end up getting into a relationship and your partner will mirror back the very insecurity that you carry about it. Right? So you'll end up, say, if you feel like you can't trust people and then you force yourself to get into a relationship, you most likely will manifest the very fear that you have in your partner. And then you will have more reasons for why you shouldn't trust anyone. And then you're going to leave and be like, I'm going to just stay single. I'm done. So if you don't deal with the shadow, what tends to happen is manifest itself. So, okay, we're getting there. So how do you fix this? You're probably like, Minaz, please just give me the solution. I just need to fix it. Okay? Breathe for a second. We're probably feeling pain right now. Okay? You're probably feeling some form of resistance in the body. This is how you fix it, guys. So many of us don't even want to feel the feelings of pain, resistance. But that resistance is the key to change. And I wish this is something that someone told me in the beginning. I wish. That feeling of resistance that comes up, we tend to see it as the block that is causing us laziness or inaction, right? Or not the ability to not be able to show up, right? But this resistance is the key. It's the key that is driving these behaviors, these thoughts that we are not worthy, we are not lucky enough. This feeling is driving this thing. So if you can let go of this feeling, you can change the habits, the thoughts, the reality. However, this feeling is painful, right? I always feel it around my heart. You might feel it around your stomach. It's just somewhere within the body. Resistance will show up. Oh, that's an intense vibration. Apologies. So you have to understand, guys, that for you to truly heal and change this, you have to pull the root out. The root is the emotion. The root cause of everything that is happening when it comes to self-sabotage is this emotion. So your body holds on to emotions as a reference point. The thoughts, the beliefs, the habits are simply a manifestation of the energy. So if you wish to change the external reality in terms of get rid of the resistance, it doesn't start in the mind. The mind is simply a projector for the emotions. However, we can use the mind to understand the emotion. So when in that moment, when you feel resistant towards it, you can start observing the emotion. You can start being present with it. And when you feel it and communicate with it, this is where things change. Most of us, what do we try to do? We try to bulldoze through it. We try to just go after the action. And this is the problem. So if you wish to change it, you have to get the fear on board. How do you do this? You speak to it like it's a child. Now, on a deeper level, when it comes to shadow work, understand that the brain, I'm going to make a video about this, how shadow work can change your life. But I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm going to keep it simple for everyone, so everyone can understand this. For you guys to be able to understand this. You have to be able to communicate with this feeling as if it was a child, right? How would you bring a child on board towards something he or she is afraid to do? That is the very way you can create change. You have to speak to the feeling as if it's a child. Do you understand? So for example, you want to say you're feeling a lot of resistance come up. What do? The best thing to do is put your hands over the feeling and simply speak to it. And remind it that you're here. And it might feel weird. For those of you guys that have never done this, you're going to be like, what? I don't understand this bit. I don't understand. We're going to break this down in terms of the video shadow work, how it can change your life. But understand, for now, I simply want you to practice this. Be present with the resistance rather than thinking about it. Do you understand? You simply put your hands over the feeling and you say to it, I'm here. I know you are afraid, but we're going to get through this. And I don't want you to get rid of the resistance. I want you to act with it as if it's a part of you. It's like having a child with you who's afraid to do the very things you wish to do. For example, me making this video, my heart is in pain. So what do? I embody the pain as if it's a child. So I have to bring this child with me. So what do? Do I make the child change its mood? No. I help them accept it, feel it, be present with it. And then I bring them on board. And this is how you make change. Because essentially, let's go back. Why is it we look at this as a child? Because the wounds that we carry was created within us as a child. The things we witness as kids is a child. Those are the very resistance, the blocks within us are stopping us from taking action in our lives right now. Do you understand? So that's why when you speak to as a child, it's easier for you to bring that part on board. And essentially, this is the part that we all manage to skip. We skip it. We think of it as, I'm just gonna either take action forcefully, or I'm gonna wait till I feel ready. The child will never feel ready. The child needs guidance. Otherwise, he would rather stay where he's comfortable and where he's safe. He'd rather stay away from all the things that will cause him any threat. So the self that is sabotaging is simply sabotaging because he or she is afraid. And for you to change your reality, you must understand that part of you that is afraid, you have to bring that part of you on board. If you try to bulldoze through it and go forcefully and go and get what you want, it's like dragging a child towards their fears, and they're going to be screaming and going crazy. And what happens when you don't listen to a child when they're afraid? They will go louder and louder and louder until you do. In other words, that fear, that resistance will manifest itself externally. I hope this helped you guys. Make sure you remind us if you need to. I'm going to be breaking this down more. Now, if you're watching this and you're a brother, a man, I have a men's group called the Brotherhood, and this is open to all the men only. Unfortunately, not women, I'm sorry, but this is for men only. And my intention for this group is to create a support system for the men that are watching this, because I truly believe that can change your life. It has changed mine. Just being in a men's group for just a few calls only, I've seen the benefits, and I know it's something that I can offer for you guys watching. And so far we've got about 10 to 15 brothers already on board. So if you do wish to be a part of a men's group where we have a weekly call every Sunday, send me a message and I'll send you more information about that. Other than that, guys, I hope this helped you. And if you are curious to know more, I do go in depth on this in my program Quantum Leap on week 3 and week 4. So that's module 3 and module 4, and that's something you can work with me one-on-one with. There'll be a link down below to book a call with me to know more about that. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below telling me how you self-sabotage, and if you're listening to this on a podcast channel, please do leave me a review, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace and love, and salam alaikum.